college professor is angry. He says administrators are violating his rights to free speech. Find out the latest.
Then hits, runs, and controversy. We'll tell you why a new parking lot is leaving some residents fuming in Wrigleyville. Plus,
I'm live from Simeon Career Academy, where one of their own was gunned down over the weekend. I have more on the story next. I'm Sarah Salgado, and Newsbeat starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 8th, 2014. I'm Joanna Hernandez.
And I'm Vinny Catino. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newsbeat. Starting off, a Simeon High School athlete died over the weekend after being shot outside a church on the south side.
Now friends and family are mourning his death and trying to raise money for his funeral. Newsbeat's Sarah Salgado is live now with more on the story. Sarah?
Thank you, Joanna. Michael Flournoy III had just returned from buying a bag of chips when he approached a car of girls and that he argued with a man who was with them, and hours later, he was dead. I went to the neighborhood yesterday, actually Burnside, and I spoke to the community and family friends, and they're all devastated by the death. I went to the vigil, and they're saying that the violence needs to end. Students are very upset. Everyone's very upset over his loss. He was only 16. Also, his wrestling team has set up a funeral fund where you can give to the funeral. That funeral fund is at www.giveforward.com. Police have identified a suspect, but no charges have been pressed. So we'll have you update on the story. My name is Sarah Salgado with Newsbeat live from Michigan Avenue. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, in other news, a water main broke on the north side. It left residents drying out their basements and signing petitions. This what the 32th block of North Fillmore looked like just minutes after the main broke. It happened over the weekend. City crews rushed the scene to stop the leak. But now residents have started circulating a petition. They say this is the third time there's been a problem with the main and that the city should pay for the damages to their homes and cars.
Now, what started as a quiet issue this semester exploded into a national controversy.
A Columbia professor claims the college violated his academic freedom when a section of his class was cut. Newsbeat Dennis Valera is live on set with us. Dennis, can you tell us what happened?
Now, Joanna, this isn't the first time the history class has been in the hot seat, but it's the first time the professor felt he had to take action on what happened.
The message it sends to other teachers and students at Columbia College is that you'd better watch out.
This collection of academic, community, and student leaders are all calling Columbia's administration out on one thing: cutting a section of a certain course. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict for the spring 2014 semester had only one section offered as opposed to its usual two. The course's professor, Ayman Shahadi, claims this was in response to a student alleging bias after a class viewing of 5 broken cameras and violated his academic freedom.
Attempt to muzzle a particular perspective is what's happening here.
In this document, Columbia states that faculty are protected against institutional discipline or restraint in discussion of relevant matters in the classroom, no matter how unconventional or controversial. Shahadi feels he didn't get the memo.
With PFAC, Columbia's part-time faculty association, Shahadi filed a grievance with the college early March. After he was rejected, he filed again, only to be rejected again.
So we tried all means of trying to solve this problem internally.
So the issue went public, first with a Change.org petition that at this time holds almost 7,000 signatures. Ava Ginsberg, president of Columbia's Students for Justice in Palestine chapter, co-authored the petition.
When you're dealing with social justice and academic freedom, you should be free to learn the real history.
Then, the American Association of University Professors released a report taking Shahadi's side and recommending Columbia offer 2 sections of the class in fall 2014 and a review of how student complaints are addressed.
Humanities, History, and Social Sciences Chair Dr. Stephen Corey and Interim Provost Luis Love declined our request for interviews. In a statement, the college said the class reduction was prompted by falling student enrollment, not because of a student's complaint. The class, as of right now, does have 2 sections this fall.
Now, Dennis, now that they got these 2 sections under control in the fall, is this battle over with?
For right now, that's what it looks like. They got what they wanted, and they got the other section reinstated for the fall, so we'll see what happens next.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Thank you for the story.
For sure.
Now, Chicagoans need to be prepared to pay more at the pump once again. After a few months of relief, gas hikes are right around the corner. In the next 2 weeks, gas will increase by 5 cents a gallon. It will be by far the highest gas prices we have seen in the last 8 months. Right now, the average gas price in the city is $4.05.
Now, gas prices are going up, so are the temperatures. Newsbeat's Ariana Pup joins us with a sneak peek at the weather. Ariana?
Now, the weather's been up and down and all over the place this week, but for today, grab your rain boots and your handy-dandy umbrella. Expect a few April showers. We'll be here with your 5-day forecast coming up. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ariana. Coming up next on Newsbeat, local aldermen are fighting to get paid parking in some neighborhoods. Find out if it will cost you to more park in your area. Then a massive shooting at Fort Hood brings President Obama to memorial service and brings awareness to a rising issue.
And also a damaging earthquake hits Chile last week. Find out what American organizations are doing to help. All this and more when we return.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Free parking on Sundays could soon be a thing of the past in some Chicago neighborhoods. Mayor Rahm Emanuel proposed an ordinance that would restore paid Sunday parking from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. The proposal comes after Alderman says that the free parking is hurting local businesses. Lakeview, Wicker Park, and Six Corners are just some of the areas where the free ride on parking could come to an end.
The President and Miss Obama will attend the memorial service tomorrow at Fort Myers, Texas for the victims of last week's shooting. Specialist Ivan Lopez killed 3 fellow soldiers before taking his own life on April 2nd. That's when he went on a shooting rampage at his Navy base. Native Sergeant Timothy Owens of Effingham, Illinois, was one of the victims killed. Authorities say he was shot with a .5 caliber pistol when he attempted to calm down the gunman. Owens worked as a counselor in the base, and his family says he was kind to everyone. Now, the Owens family is hoping the military will address what they call the institutional problem of helping mental ill soldiers.
The largest election in world history is underway in India. India is one on the brink of a new political era after Prime Minister Manmohan Singh stepped down. He had been in power for over a decade, and now this year India has over 800 million people eligible to vote. That's an increase of more than 100 million people from the last time there was an election. To accommodate all of the voters, nearly 1 million polling stations have been set up across the country.
A devastating earthquake shakes Chile last week, and people are still recovering from the damage. U.S. relief organizations are coming up with ways to raise money for the homeless and injured as well. The video of the devastation from the 8.2 magnitude earthquake that hit last Tuesday night. Citizens along the coastline were ordered to evacuate because there were fears that a tsunami might hit. Organizations like the American Red Cross are setting up ways for people to donate for the disaster relief. Previous years, they used text messaging as a way to raise money. Coming up next on Newsbeat, a Hollywood legend is being remembered after career spans from decades, from drama to musicals. Find out how he's being remembered.
Here's a look outside. When we get back, Newsbeat's Ariana Pup will give us the latest weather update and 5-day forecast.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
It's a sad but memorable time in Hollywood, as over the weekend, legendary actor Mickey Rooney died at the age of 93.
You won't go to the dance, and I don't know why, and I don't want it.
In Rooney's career, he made over 300 movies, including Not to Be Trusted that came out in 1926. Rooney is also known for his somewhat odd personal life, having a total of 8 marriages. However, it never stopped him in his incredible acting career. But Mickey did leave Hollywood with a very important message for the future.
We hope this business learns to love itself a little bit more and remembers the people who opened the doors for all of these youngsters and these people today.
Now, even at 93 years old, Rooney was still in the works of 3 films before he died on Sunday.
2 are found dead at the Southeast struggles to rescue victims from cities underwater. Monday storms caused severe flooding in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. The body of a 9-year-old girl missing from Yazoo City has been found in Mississippi. Police also found the body of a Georgia man in a flooded car at the bottom of creek in Gwinnett County. Crews are scrambling to rescue victims from mudslides and chest-deep water. Military cars and small boats are being used to aid in rescue efforts.
Now, with flooding in the south, we are seeing a rise in temperatures here in Chicago. Newsbeat's Ariana Pup is here to tell us how long these temperatures will last. Ariana?
Well, guys, I can't promise you any summer temps yet, but we still have had steady temps the last couple days. But tonight we'll expect some April showers. Now, taking a look outside at Buckingham Fountain, there's a little fog and a slight less visibility out there. But hopefully we'll see a break in the weather. Today's current conditions, 44 degrees, a little bit cloudy, 94% chance of humidity, and the winds are northwest at 12 miles an hour. Now taking a look at our weather radar map, up in Waukegan it's 49 degrees, in O'Hare it's 43, also 43 in Rockford, 54 in Aurora, 44 in Midway, and 54 in Joliet, and 47 in Lansing. Now, as we look at tonight's weather conditions, it's a low of 34 degrees, partly cloudy, 76% chance of humidity, and 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. Now, as we look at my 5-day forecast, on Wednesday it's going to be sunny, yes, with 54 degrees and a low of 46. Thursday, sorry guys, a little bit of rain, but it's going to be a high of 56, a low of 42 as we move into the weekend. Friday, looking at a high of 51, partly cloudy. Saturday, partly cloudy, almost close to 60 degrees. And on Sunday, we have a little bit of rain at 52 degrees. Whew. So now, hopefully, we'll get a break in the weather, but no summer temps yet.
You know what? I'm happy with this weather. I could not take the 20-degree weather. It sucks because we have hair, it gets frizzy, but I can deal with it.
All right.
I mean, as a guy, I just can't stand the cold weather, but I'm perfectly content with what we got right now. Summer's coming soon, hopefully.
April showers bring May flowers. Be hopeful, guys.
Thanks a lot, Ariana.
No problem.
Coming up next in sports, the long road to the Final Four is over, and we now have a winner.
Which team came out on top, beating some of the top teams?
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek. So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
And what a big weekend in sports it was with baseball, NBA, and of course, college basketball.
We have Ashley with the latest in sports. Ashley, please update me what happened in Final Four.
You know, it was a crazy game, so let's just get straight to it. Today in hoop hits, the UConn Huskies took on the Kentucky Wildcats in the NCAA men's finals. The Hungry Huskies are the first 7-seed team to ever win the championship. Shabazz Napier was the star of the night, and boy did he shine. UConn dominated Kentucky in the beginning, but by the half, the Wildcats got in the game. 35-31 UConn. 15 of UConn's points were scored by Napier in just the first half. The second half of the game, the Huskies continued to show their dominance, draining threes. But free throws were what ultimately led to the demise of the Wildcats. They made just 13 of 24. UConn made 10 for 10. Final score, 60-54. Napier had 22 points and 6 rebounds, the perfect ending to his college career. This is the 4th national championship win for the Huskies. The bar brawl of all bar brawls took place in our own Wrigleyville neighborhood. Take a look at this bizarre video. A fan took unofficial Cub mascot Patrick Weir's head off. It appears words were exchanged between the fan and the bear. Weir punched the fan several times in the face. It all started when the fan began heckling Weir, trying to take his tips out of a cooler. The rowdy fight occurred at the John Barleycorn Bar on North Clark Street near Wrigley Field. However, the fight didn't escalate too long as the two were pulled quickly apart. Police were not called to the scuffle. And Sunday night will be a moment to be remembered for Oklahoma City's Kevin Durant. Beating out Michael Jordan's scoring record for a single season, and boy was he on fire, scoring 38 points while snatching 11 rebounds. Here he is sinking a 3 to help his team fight and stay in the game. Then later in the third, Durant decides to show off a little and slams this one down. Though he broke Jordan's record for a single season, his efforts weren't enough, as the Phoenix Suns hold on to win at home. Final score 122-115. And now, real quick, the White Sox were crushed by the Colorado Rockies 8-1. Also, golf's most prestigious tournament is back. The Masters begins Thursday, and Tiger Woods will not be playing due to a back injury. And finally, the Bears signed former Saints Brian De La Puente.
Well, that was a jam-packed week. Sure it was, huh?
So much going on. So much more to look forward to in the week. UConn won. Their ladies team takes on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish tonight. So
That was an excellent game. You know, I liked UConn in that game, though, because they did have a 3-0 record going into that championship. They never lost before, and they were just the more disciplined team. So
Coach Ollie was so excited. It was awesome to see at the end.
what a great thing.
You just totally updated me on all the sports right now.
Good. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ashley. And that wraps it up for Newsbeat today. For Ashley Richardson in sports and Ariana Pup in weather, I'm Vinny Catino.
And I'm Joanna Hernandez. Remember to join us right here every Tuesday morning at 11:30. Have a great day.